discussing how to use Pathscape in our system here at the not the Eccles, as the Eccles Theater. Just talking a little bit about how we use it here in our system. We use this mostly for our rep plot, our first three electrics, and our crossover lights that are line set 77. Other than that, we don't really touch them. We don't really configure them because it is a rep hang. So we don't have to change universes. We don't have to hang a bunch of networking whenever we do that. So typically you won't be using this, but I feel like if you are a head electrician in a building, you should know how to use all the software, know how to use all the devices that are thrown at you. So this is just a quick tutorial just showing you how it's all set up here. I'm not the one who set this one up. I believe Rich Bishop or Josh Martin, they worked together to set this up. I've used Pathscape before for other installations, so I'm just going to give a brief overview about how I use it and how I see that they've set this all up. So first things first, obviously I am on my computer. This is a MacBook, so it's not the same as the, the Project PC, which is a Windows machine here in the booth, which is what you're going to be using. I did change my color settings on my computer to light mode, so it looks a little bit more similar to what you're used to. But in any case, we're just going to get into it, and I'm going to show you how to access it. The software that you're going to be looking for is Pathscape. So typing in Pathscape, you'll see it's called Pathscape Config here on Mac. I don't know why that is. It's the same software as on Windows machines, but you know, it's Pathscape. You'll see it's kind of red as a whoosh. I'll throw a picture up here so you can see what to look for. And if you notice on the top, it's also going to show a little notepad showing you the login for it. It's just etc, pretty general. I'm going to show you a forum post later talking a little bit about more in depth on how to use it. I'm just going to show you a brief overview about how to use it. So launching into here, going to show it's going to have its thing right there. And then when I load into it, you're going to see nothing because I'm offline. I'm not connected to any network right now. So I don't have anything popping up. But when you do load it up, unlike Concert, it is going to sync everything on the network automatically. So you'll see everything start popping up here. And I'm just going to open up a file right now. It can use load show here in the file here, or if you're on a Windows machine, you can see the symbol right here. I just loaded up the file here. This is current as of 4/29/2025, April 29th. So I don't believe, I've used this software for a few years. It hasn't really changed very much. I don't believe it's going to change very much in the future. But just letting you know, this is what we're dealing with right here. So if I load this up, loads up pretty quick. It's going to show you everything here is green. You'll notice that my locks are green. Your locks are probably yellow. And the reason that is because when you're setting up Pathscape, it's going to have you set up a login to kind of secure the network. It's just like a little, extra layer of security when configuring these. It's just an interesting thing with Pathscape, but I'll show you how to do that. You'll either come over to security and login, and you'll see this symbol here, or you can also find it here. This is the login. And so what it's going to show is going to say etc, I believe it's 4, and then the password for that is going to be etc. I'll throw another screenshot here to show you, but you won't be able to do much of anything until you log in. And when you log in, all the locks will turn green. If you're trying to do anything and you notice that the locks are yellow, that's probably why you're not able to change anything. All right, well, once you get past that, you'll notice this is everything in here. You can see that's already named for us. Wonderful. So all of these are Pathport 1-port wall mounts. So they're just 1 ports. They're not like our ETC gateways, which are 2 ports. So they only have 1 output for them. But you can see this is the IP addresses. These are all assigned to them when you add them to the network. But I'm just going to show you a little bit. There's not much you can do with it. You can see over here, this is a properties menu. This is kind of tells you all the basic things about them. You can name them, and some of these network properties, all of this stuff is, it's very specific to ETC. Pathscape and ETC, they kind of coexist in a weird spot because Pathscape is not really built for ETC, but it's used a lot in ETC installations. You'll notice that all the Broadways, they have all Pathscape stuff for the most part, from what I've seen. A lot of tours, a lot of concerts and stuff, they're coming in with Pathscape nodes. Very reliable. But one thing to know that when you are installing Pathscape into an ETC house is that you want to make sure to disable SSACN. That's like super secure ACN. No, that's something stupid. It's just an extra layer of support that ETC does not like at all. ETC does not like any types of network that are closed off, that are gated. You want an open network, an unmanaged network where ETC can constantly scan with SACN so that it can stream its networking across everything. That's why here we have selected E1.31 SACN unsecured. You want an unsecured network so that it can constantly be streaming without any restriction. Great. Kind of moving on to this. If you want to know what because I assume that if you're messing with this, you're trying to change whatever universe is being output, or you're trying to find whatever universe is being output. The fastest way to do that is to go over here into this DMX patch. It's going to look a little different on that machine, but it's up here in this kind of general area. And you can see here are all the things, and here is what is being output. You can click on it, you can scroll down, you can see the output patch. If you do want to change it, you can change it here. There's a custom whatever universe editor if you want to do that. You don't really need to do that for the ETC stuff, but you can see, yeah, that's just how you change it. Very quick and easy. And you'll notice that everything that you do change, it'll highlight. Of course I select that. It'll highlight in a yellow. I'm not seeing it here. I'll show you what that looks like. It's probably because I'm not on a network. I just wanted to come in here and just tell you that I was not really paying attention as I was making this. It's been a while since I've used this software, but this is a transaction editor here. If you're not able to find it, you can go up here into View, Windows, Transaction Editor, or if you're just curious, you can just open everything up and then that'll show you everything you need to see. This is the message viewer. It's pretty similar to ETC Console, where it tells you everything that's going on. If there's any errors in your network, if there's any issues going on with that, it'll also show you everything that you do send. But here's the transaction editor. Here's where you can see everything pop up that you do make changes. I was getting confused because I was trying to change the universe, and it's not showing up here in the transaction editor. Fairly sure that's because I'm offline, but in any case, if you want to do it, it'll show you everything that you change in here, destination property, what current setting, what you did change, and if it is synced or not. And then what you can do is you can send one, so you can select it and you can send it. Or if you know everything that you did is what you want, you can send everything, and then that'll send everything out. If you did something but you had other things that you wanted to send, you can just remove them one by one. If you made a mistake, you can remove all of it. That's how you use that. Sorry about the jump, but yeah, that's how you do it. That's why it's not changing. But it'll highlight in yellow, showing that it's a change and that you need to upload it, you need to send it. Very similar to how Concert works, except Concert's not as revealing, telling you, hey, you changed something, you need to update it. This one very much is, so that you can edit it and then you can send it off and resync everything up. Cool. Other than that, kind of going back into here, you can see there's a drop-down menu. So if you do want to do it in the devices menu, you can do that. You just click the drop-down menu and you can see port A, and then you can change it here if you'd like. I typically just go to DMX patch because this shows me everything that's on the network, shows me how everything is being set up. Yeah, and that's how you change it. That is how you send it. And yeah, that's kind of how you adjust the Pathscape Pathports. I did want to show you here. This is a great article. I'm going to link this in the description if you're looking at this video. This is what I've used before for my installations, kind of showing me how to, put it up. This is made by an ETC representative, kind of showing you how to use Pathport with ETC networks. Showing you some of the basic settings. You want to make sure that it is you don't want to have pathway SSACN. You want to make sure that the IP mode is dynamic and not static, so that every time the network resyncs, that it's able to find it pretty quickly. Make sure that unsecure RX is on. Make sure that SACN is on. and make sure that it's using this one instead of pathway SSACN. That's the big thing. That's the thing that tripped me up when I did my first installation with this. And then, yeah, just kind of showing you how to set up IP stuff. It's different between every system. Most ETC installations are kind of similar, so you don't have to worry too much about that. You'll know your network better than I do at the time of creating this. This is kind of showing you how to do a security domain. It will make you do that if you are setting up this. But yeah, ETC recommends just doing etc, everything, so it's very easy to remember when going from system to system. It kind of shows you how to do all that. You want to make sure you have your recovery key. Believe the recovery key should be on that PC there. I don't have it. I don't really post it public for everyone, but that should be on the computer. You should be able to find it pretty quickly. If not, talk to a TD. They probably have it. Yeah, I'm just kind of going into here, showing you how to log in, showing you how to sync your network. Like I said, I'm going to put all this in the description so that you can read it at your own free will. I'm trying to find the part where it tells you how to send all, right? Click the send all button. Where is it? View Windows Transaction Editor. Click send all. And then yes. Yeah, everything that's highlighted in yellow is going to be sent. There it is on the bottom there. It's a transaction editor. Should be... I think I'll make a cut and I'll show you if I'm able to do it on this. If not, I'm not able to do it on this because I am on an offline network. But yeah, this is a great article. It'll show you everything that you need to know when setting up a Pathscape network. Other than that, that's all I really got for you. Very simple setup. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Other than that, good luck. Thank you.